Morning, my name's Kate, and I just got out of church, and I wanted to um, take a minute to recount a couple of things. About a week ago, I had a family member that a young girl, my niece, who ran away, and it scared my sister to death, of course. And I didn't find out till really early in the morning. Apparently, she had left at like 11 o'clock at night. They live in upstate New York, so it's really cold already there. And I remember getting to work really early that morning and praying to God and saying that I'm going to fast and I'm going to pray all day until you bring her home safely. And I realized at that moment that I really was depending on God. And she did make it home safely that evening and was found safe, unharmed. Of course, as adults in this world, thinking about a young girl being out on her own and, all the things that could happen to her. It's just a very scary thought, right? So, in that fear based time, I was praying to God to not allow my thoughts to go to the wrong place, the worst place, and ask Him to capture every thought and make it a time where He could intercede for me and not have the horrible thoughts take over my mind. I was sick all day long for my sister and her family, and my nephew, who's older than my niece, who is madly in love with his younger sister, right? So I know that it was affecting them way worse than it was affecting me. And they dedicated all of their time to trying to find her and had people out looking for her all over the place. I bring that up because I wanted to say that there are times in my life where, and yesterday was one of those days where it's just hard. Life is hard, and sometimes you get down, depressed, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a depressive person. I'm pretty optimistic about things. And yesterday was just a bad day for me, even though the day started out absolutely fantastic. My girlfriend and I went for a really long walk down on the waterfront, and the weather was, in the mid 50s. So for Central Florida, that's, fantastic. Reminded me of being at home in upstate New York in the wintertime. However, I was thinking last night, that I definitely need a therapist to help me get through those hard times, and they don't come for me very often. Like I said, I'm a really optimistic person, but once a month, maybe twice a month, I have really hard days, and so I went to bed last night praying and thinking, okay, well, I've just got to match up with a different counselor and to help myself get through those things, really address the problems that are causing those low times. And as I walked into church today, it's Advent, of course, and on the way into Christmas, and I realized that I'm not depending on God to take away those feelings. I'm not trusting Him to do that. I'm trusting in a therapist, in people that He puts in my life to make things better, when I really just need to trust in Him. I need to focus more on Him, and let Him lift me out of those dark times, And so I asked today during Advent, and in my prayer time with God at church, I asked Him to transform me during Advent this year, and to rummage around in those places in my heart and deep in my soul to transform me into the person that He wants me to be. And I want to do that during Advent, and I want to fast. I want Him to transform me from the inside out and to have the Holy Spirit be center in my life, and then be present in everything that goes in and out of my mouth, in and out of my brain, in and out of the actions that I do, and have God be present there so that He works in me and through me. And so I just wanted to say that maybe in trusting in God more than the other people that He puts in my life. And I appreciate every person that He puts into my life, because I know that they're there for a reason. I know that I would get benefit of going to a different counselor who has experience in addiction. I have food addiction, right? And, I know that I would benefit from that. And it's not that I won't do that. I think that I will do that. And I will also primarily count on God to get me through that. So I hope if you struggle with, depression, or, just being down, I don't really think of it as depression, but just being down, I hope that you look to God and ask Him to transform you too, while we're waiting for the coming of Christ back into the world. And it's, the first day of December in 2024. So I hope you all have a beautiful and blessed day. I'm going out and getting a nice walk in. Well, it is still, my car says it's 53 degrees outside. Hope you all have a beautiful and blessed day, and I will talk to you next time.